Hey, welcome. Um, it's probably late April, maybe beginning of May, and excuse me, we're looking at polynomial functions. I'm laughing because I haven't recorded for a while and I seem to have lost all of my skills. Anywho, it's a pretty abstract chapter. I'm not going to deny that. But really, if you look at it in terms of pattern recognition, it's not so bad. So what we're going to do today is in this video, we're going to start with looking at relations and functions. Look at my handy dandy things. I made them as a lesson plan and the lesson never happened. So I'm going to try them out on you guys. Okay. So by definition, and of course I've lost the little things I wrote, relation, any set of ordered pairs. Okay. And I can show them like that, or it can look like that, or it can look like that. Here's another one, or it can look like that. Okay. So this is just called a mapping diagram. I had ChatGTP make this for me, and I'm not fond because we're used to having the little circly bits. Okay. Well, I can't get any better at a set of ordered pairs. This is an ordered pair, and there's a little set notation brackets. If I take this and I graph it, I can get dots. And I appreciate they're probably fairly hard to see for you. When I use this one, I'll highlight it. Or you can just have a continuous graph and you get a pretty curve. Okay. All of those are relations. Now, a function is a subset of relations. So, yeah, Venn diagram time. Whoops, move down so you can see. I said I am so out of practice with this. All right, so function is a relation first, right? That'd be the whole subset thing, in which for every x, there is only one y. I'm just going to do it for you. If the x that you try goes with only one y, that's a function. And if you weren't in class when I was playing Deep Martin, I'm really sorry I just did that to you. Okay, so let's start out with mapping diagrams. You know what? I'm not going to use my little charty things. They just bug me. We're going to start out with the easiest mapping diagram ever. Okay, mapping diagram. Um, there's usually two ovals and some arrows. It's just a different way of showing the relationship between two numbers. Um, so, and it could be letters too, it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could put the same numbers in, but I want to practice my counting. All right. And when I do that, that's how this becomes a mapping diagram because you say 1 maps into 4 and 2 maps into 5. Matches with gives you, I don't care. Any of those will do. Now, these are my X's and these are my Y's. Every X has only one Y. I said this is the simplest diagram, so I'm going to start there. So this is a function. Is it a relation? Well, yeah, because it's a subset. right? I'm gonna bring the picture down so you can see it. Every one of these diagrams is a relation. We are just looking for the little subset that are functions because functions have a bunch of extra rules, qualities that we can apply. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So what if I do this? We're just going to pretend the 3 is not there. I don't need to make it more complicated. Now, is it fun? Is it a relation? Yes, it has to be a relation because it's a mapping diagram set of any set of ordered pairs. But see how this X, the one at the top, goes with 4, but it's also matching with 5. Okay. And a rule for functions is every X has only one Y. This one has 2 Ys. So this is a relation. So in our picture, the first one is here. This one is sitting out here. That's a relation. This is a function. So I just want to make 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make a picture where 5 is super popular. All right. Because honestly, everybody gets this one. It's a function. There's no weird matching or anything. It's just like 1 to 1 done, end of story. Okay. So this one matches with 5 and 2 matches with 5 and 3 matches with 5. I could erase 4 and 6, but it doesn't matter. This is actually a function. Oh, I want to write it out over here too. Because this X has only one Y it goes with. And this X has only one Y that it goes with. And this one has only one. It doesn't matter that it's all the same Y. It just matters that you've got every X has a different Y. Sorry, every X has only one Y. So this is fine. Like that. So, like I said, everybody's going to get this. You just have to keep these two straight. So if you have the X with 2 Ys, that's just a relation. If you have 2 X's that go to the same Y, cool, doesn't matter. I was trying to come up with an analogy. This is, I don't know, somebody is going to 2 different doctors, getting 2 different bits of information, and this is just a whole bunch of people going to a really nice doctor. He must be good because everybody goes to him. Okay, that is mapping diagrams. There's only 3 choices. If I come up with some weird 4th choice, then I've screwed up because that's the only 3 that we need to worry about. Okay, so this is what I suggest you do. You make diagrams like this on your formula sheet and you label them. There's a little bit more labeling that's coming right away. And then when you get a new question, whoops, like this one, sorry, the world moves here. You say, which one does that look like? And first of all, you go, nope, not that one. Oh, this looks like this picture. Ridiculously almost exactly the same. This is just a relation. Done. Okay. What about this one? Oh, that's the easy one. That's that 1-to-1 one. I'll explain that in a sec. That's a function. Okay. And because I made these cards and I'm going to use them, gosh darn it. There we go. Look. So in this case, I had 3 of them going to the same one. 2 is fine. Right? But this is still a function because this Okay, that part's easy. This X goes with that. Why? It doesn't go with any other Y's. Done is a function. Cool. So that's how you read mapping diagrams. Now, the next thing you have to be able to do is to read a set of points. Okay, so, excuse me, I'm just going to cheat. I'm going to take this diagram and I'm going to turn it into a set of points. Oh, Joanne, how do you do that? Let me show you. We're going to call it set A just because I can. Okay, so this is probably what you're, well, it would help if I made that a 4. My bad. 1 goes with 4, and that's my first ordered pair. Okay, 2 goes with 5. And now I'm again regretting I'm not writing smaller. And 3 goes with 6. So honestly, what I do in these ones is I look for repeats. Okay, I look at my X's and I got 1, 2, and 3. Those are all different. And my Y's are 4, 5, and 6. Those are all different. So it's this diagram. It's 1 to 1. Okay. Oh, sorry. I keep saying 1 to 1. Okay, so it's a 1 to 1 function. I'm just going to write it here, which means there's 1 here matching with 1 there. Done. So no repeat X's. It's 1, 2, and 3. Again, stole it from there. No repeat Y's. 4, 5, 6. So if there's no repetition anywhere, you're golden. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It wouldn't matter if this was like 2, 4, 5 or something over there. Just look at all the first coordinates, and they're all different. All the second coordinates, they're all different. Then you know it's a function, and specifically it's a 1 to 1 function. It's these ones, right? The ones where stuff repeats. That's the stuff that you have to be careful with. So I guess I'll write it down here so I have room. We'll call this B. Set note. Wow, that was bad. Set notation. So we got 1 going to 4. We have 1 going to 5. So 1 and 4, 1 and 5. And then we have 2 going to 6. There you go. So now I can see pretty clearly I've got some repeats. Okay. So if the X repeats, then you just have a relation because that means the X is going to more than 1 Y. So when the X goes to more than 1 Y, oh, gotta bring down, that didn't help. Bring down my relation shine. Put it back up. Okay. When X is repeat, it's a relation. So all you got to do if you have a list of numbers is look to see if, sorry, it's cold in here this morning. If the X's repeat, it's going to be a relation. So let's just do the last one. One. Oops, 3 to 5. But what about those? They weren't used, so just ignore them. Now, how is this one different from this one? I feel like Dora the Explorer. Say something. Feel free to shout it at this video screen. Okay, look at the repeats. So when Y's repeat, it's a function. It's okay. So there's a very distinct fussy difference. And I've told you a lot of times about this chapter. It's fussy. So you just got to pay attention, take your time. And while we're at this, I was going to go through my cards and find a little piece of paper, but it doesn't matter. This is called a one-to-one. I think I've done both. Whoops, move my thing down. I either call it a one-to-one or a many-to-one. Sorry, try again. A one-to-one relation or a one-to-one function, because they're all relations. But the one-to-one part means go back to here. Look at how it matchy-matchy. Everybody has their own partner. If we go back to my doctor analogy, everybody has their own doctor. Nobody's messing around. Done. Okay. And when we talk about, or when I talk about this talks about the X, and that's the Y. So for every one X, there's one Y. Now this one, we call it a one to many. So one X, so whether you want to look here or you want to look here, one X goes with many Ys. Now, in math, in this section, many can be two. It doesn't have to be more. So at least goes through two different ones. And I can't call this one-to-many function. It doesn't work because it's not a function. It's not a function at all. It's just a plain old relation. And again, this is my X and this is my Y. So one matches with many. One matches with a 4 and matches with a 5. Okay. So if you're clever and you know it, clap your hands. If you're clever and you know it, clap your hands. If you're clever and you know it, or you're just, please stop singing, Joanne. There's only one other option left. And this is the many-to-one. And it can be a function or a relation. I'll probably consult with my very good friend Mark and ask him. I think it would make more sense if I used the word relation. Either way, many-to-one. So many X's go with one Y. The 1 goes with 5, the 2 goes with 5, and the 3 goes with 5. That's many different X's goes with one Y. Or, if you like it this, many go with 1. Ta-da! All right, almost done. Oh, I'm just trying. It's good enough, good enough, good enough. Okay, so we can also have, now I got to find my other pictures. Which pictures do I want? Oh, I want this pictures. These will do. Okay. And these are pretty big. You'll be able to see them. Oh, no, I want a new page. Okay. I'll get there. Let's look at this. You're like, no, I don't want to. I understood this. This made sense. This is a bunch of dots on a graph. Well, I'll teach you the tricks, but I'll also teach you this is how you can not learn anything new and still analyze this. You could, if you want, and you do want, if you have nothing else, you don't want to leave it blank, you want to come up with something. I'm going to make this set G is equal to. This does require you to remember how to do coordinates. So let's see the coordinate here. Remember, X is first, and 0 and 0, right? Center there. And this is 3 over and 1 down, so that's going to be 3 and minus 1. And this is going to be 2 and 4. Okay, I'm just going to write them horizontally so it becomes, in my mind, super obvious what we're doing. That's a comma. There should be a comma there. 0, comma 0. And 3, comma minus 1. Close that. Skibidi boop brackets. Okay. So when coming back to my notes here, we have choices of no repeats at all, X repeats, or Y repeats. So if I look at my X, my numbers, the X's are all different and the Y's are all different. So that fits with a one-to-one function. Done. Okay. Now, we'll start here. For graphing, so whether it's this kind of graph, I have so many piles of stuff on my desk right now. Ow. Or this type of graphing, there's some shortcuts. Okay. Especially for this one, there's no grid in the background, so picking off points is going to be a real pain. Okay. So for this, I'm going to teach you the new ones. Oh, look. Oh, oh like I planned that. No, again, I got a pile of stuff on my desk. We can use a horizontal and vertical line test. Now, you have to do these in order. The vertical line test. Guess what? Yeah, I know. You already know. You're going to draw a vertical line test. Draw a vertical line. If you draw a vertical line, just doing that to remind you what vertical means, and you only hit one point at a time, you never hit 2 points at the same time, then you know that that relation is a function. I'm going to do it in terms of my drawing ones, more like this. So I'm going to say only crosses graph once. Oops, better write that out. Excuse me, it's a function. Crosses 2 or more. It's a relation. Nope, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, so vertical line. And it's literally just do this. Now, I'm very specifically drawing through where the points are because there's no use putting a point, drawing a line there. There's not even a graph. Bloop. Okay, so this sucker is a function. You know what? Just, I need to find more pictures. Where's the rest of my pictures? Un momento. About 2 seconds from now, I'm just going to get mad and draw myself my own graph. Ah, there they are. Okay, here, let's look at this one. You see nothing. I said when I made these cards, it was late no, it wasn't late at night. It's really early in the morning and there's a few mistakes on them. So let's just take that point out of there. All right, so you can see this graph. I guess I could have left that one. I just scribbled out. It doesn't matter. Okay, I could do this, but I could do this part, but I'm lazy. I'm going to try my vertical line test. So when I draw my vertical line, look, 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 look. It hits 2 points. See, it doesn't matter that this is only one over here. The moment any place hits 2 points, this is a relation. And then, and only a relation. So in my cool graph, my Venn diagram that I drew, this is like the outside circle. All right, let's take a look at this one. There, for those of you that are twitching because things are turned. All right, get out the marker, draw on a vertical line. One and one and one. You can go all the way through. All right, so when I do the vertical lines, I only hit once. That means this is a function. Cool. Now, our problem is, well, it's not a problem, but here's the deal is here's my Venn diagram. Functions. Functions. And I didn't draw this before, but I'm drawing it now. 1-to-1. So, sorry. 1-to-1 functions are a special type of functions. Okay. And I'm just going to fill in the other parts. And I want to make sure I get these right. This is a one-to-many, and this is many-to-one. Okay. So let's just bring this picture back up. Okay. So remember when we're talking one-to-many, many-to-one, like those things, it's got to do with the X and Y. So you can see on this one, my X, there's one X. So the X at 2 matches with the 0 and also matches with the 4. So it's one-to-many. So it's just a relation. Now let's take a look at this one. Bring this sucker down that we already looked at. Because now I need to know with my function, is it here? Is it a many-to-one? Or is it a one-to-one? So now I'm going to introduce the second line rule. Sorry, test. Keep my stuff the same. Okay, so horizontal line test. You have, I shall stare deep into the camera. You have to do the vertical line test first. Don't do the horizontal line test first because it'll fail. It just screws up everything. So this is for, is it a 1-to-1 or many-to-one function? It has to be a function first, right? If it's not a function, then it's not going to work for you. Sorry, I'm waving to my friend who's here on a Saturday morning, and I'm like, what the heck? Oh, okay. Anywho, sorry. It's Saturday. I'm a little distracted. Okay, so it has to be a function first. If it's just a plain old relation and it failed the vertical line test, don't bother. Okay, so see this one? We don't do the horizontal line test on that. It's a relation. It's done. It failed the vertical line test. So goodbye. I don't need you. Oops, which one did I have? I think I had this one. If not, ah, good luck. All right, here we go. Horizontal line test. Hey, guess what? You draw a horizontal line. If it hits more, no, let me get it right. I'm going to make it the same as there. Crosses only once. So 1-to-1. Crosses more than once. It becomes a many-to-one. Okay, so dun, 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 we're going to get out the pink highlighter. So you can see I already tested if it was a function. And it is, right? Because I did the happy little vertical line, only hit once, done. So now I'm going to do like this. Don't buy these highlighters. They're cheap. They don't work that well. What you can see is I'm drawing through every single point on my little graph. I'm only hitting one. There's not another Y value out here. Like there's not another point here. There's not another point there. There's not a point over there. So this one is a 1-to-1 function. Ta-da! Let's try that other one. Boop. Okay, so horizontal, it's a function. We drew the vertical lines. When we drew the vertical lines, it only hit the graph in one spot. Now we go and draw the other ones. And oh no, look at that. Look. Done. It hit in two spots. It hit there. It hit there. If it crosses more than once, it's a many-to-one. Done like dinner. Sorry. No, I'm not. Hold on. A smoothie is starting to solidify. Okay. That's it. That's how you find one-to-many, many-to-one, one-to-many relations and functions. The cool thing is what we just learned here. We can apply to any funky graph that I want to give you. Okay. So I don't need points because remember on these ones, if I really was having a bad day, oh, I didn't pick the right one. I could go back, get up there, and I could write out the coordinates of all the points. and then look. And then again, all my x's are different. All my y's are different. So I know it's a one-to-one function. Doesn't work so great on here. Okay. I guess because I have an equation here, I could feed it into Desmos and start picking points. No, no, we don't want to. You ain't got time for that. Just you don't. All right. But when having a pretty graph like this, by the way, it's a parabola. It's one of my favorite shapes. Still get to do the vertical line test. Vertical line test. Whoopsies. That would, okay. These are big enough. I can do this. So all I do is I start drawing vertical lines. You can draw as many as you want, or honestly, you can probably just stare at it and see that no matter what, I'm only going to cross in one place. That would have also been much more helpful if I actually do straight vertical lines. It's okay. So I know this is a function. Now it's a matter, is it a many to one or a one-to-one function? So straight. We're going to draw horizontal lines now. And if I draw a horizontal, okay, one's enough. Hold on. Ah, I was gifted a nice blue highlighter the other day when I was using that sad pink one. Oh, so much better. Okay, so I did the vertical line test. I know it's a function. Now I do this. It crossed twice, so it failed the horizontal one, which means it is a many to one. Ta-da! As long as you remember to do the vertical line test, you're fine. Do that first, then do the horizontal one. Okay, well, let's find some more pictures. Don't mind me while I just rifle through the stuff on my desk. Right, we could do that one again, but like we just did a parabola. Hey, guess what? If the parabola is upside down like that, it's still going to be a function. It's still going to be, I always have to think, many to one, because it will pass the vertical line and fail the horizontal. So really on your formula sheet, guys, draw some of the shapes and just put the answers underneath. And then what you have your graph, you compare it to that, and it's golden. Okay, I put that away. Let's do, no, no, no. Oh, this one's pretty. Ooh, and now this is out of shape. I'm coming back. Excuse me. All right. That is a weird shape. It's a cubic. You get that from there. I love Desmos. It does such beautiful drawings for me. Anywho, vertical line. I'm going to start there. Oh, it's got the nice little grid on the back. I don't have to go through every point. I'm just kind of trying to make a point. So nowhere did it cross twice when I drew a vertical line. Okay. And I will make sure the graphs I give you on the test don't have parts that are like, whoa, is that a vertical line? It crossed twice. No. If it is, it's my bad. And I'll either everybody gets it right or I'll just take the question off the test. So we know this is a function because it passed the vertical line test. Okay. Now let's see what kind. Now we're going to draw horizontal lines. And I only need one. Whoop, look at that. Crossed in 3 spots. That is a many to one. Cool. So parabolas and whatever whoop-de-doo graph that is. I don't know that the shape has a real name. It's just, we just call it a cubic equation. That is also going to be many to one. I'm actually starting to like using my diagrams. And again, that one. Oh, we're not going to talk about that one. And this one. And some of these are really similar. They're more. Oh, look, there's another one. Those are all the same answer. Those are all going to be many to, ooh, that one's a tough one. Okay. I wouldn't put this one on the test. I'm going to zoom in for you. And it just said, no, you're not. There. There's a teeny tiny part right there where it would fail the horizontal line test. Just wait. Just wait. There. It's better to see. Right? A little teeny bump. So if I drew my horizontal line right there, it kind of crosses twice. But I wouldn't put that on a test. That's too fussy. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to make it. Whoops, I need to zoom out now. I'm going to make it super obvious. Okay, so these can go away. Now, I keep showing you the same type. I keep showing you functions that are many to one. Oh, there's another one. Many to one. It's a parabola. Oh, here's one. How about that? That's a circle, Joanne. Yes, I'm aware it's a circle. Okay, but let's see where we go. Draw vert. It feels unfocused. There we go. Bloop. Done. Done. It's a relation. Which means it's one to many. So 1x, whatever x this is, went with this y and it went with that y, and ta-da. It's a relation and we're done, right? If it fails the vertical line test, if it becomes just a relation, not a function, you're done because it means you're stuck out here somewhere. You're not in the special, super special functional subsets. All right, done. What about this one? Yeah, that's a straight line. Yep, you're right. And just for sake of the video, didn't cross more than once. So that means this is a function. Then if it passed the function test, then we can bother doing the horizontal line test. Sorry, if it passed the vertical line test, then you worry about doing the horizontal line test. Yep. It never hit the line twice. So this is a one-to-one. Honestly, almost always when you get a graph of a one-to-one function, if it's a line, like if it, as opposed to like one of these diagrams, I know that's not a mini, but like just a bunch of random dots, it's almost always a line, like just a nice straight line at some angle. Okay, so that's another thing I put on my formula sheet. All right, what else we got? Oh, okay. This is a weird one. We need to talk about a constant. Okay, this is going to come up. This is actually these diagrams that I'm making a mess with are actually kind of for a different part of this assignment. Don't worry, it's not an actual assignment. It didn't turn out so good. But that's a constant. What does that mean? y equals a number. I don't care if it's 3, 8, 546 minus 2.684. It's always, always, always just going to be a plain old horizontal line. So it looks weird. I don't care. I'm doing my tests. All right. So it's a function. Check. Now let's see if it's a many to one or a one to one. And I just have to draw one line. And you can see that it intersects the graphs on, well, honestly, an infinite number of points. Two's enough, but this is an infinite number of points. And we're going to say that this is a many one. And just as a quick reminder, let's say we pick that point, and that's 1 over and 3 up. And this point is 3 over and 3 up. Just for fun, let's do this one, which is minus 2, 3, because it's got the nice graph in the background. This makes sense. I have many x's, so -2 and 1 and 3 that match with one y, which is 3 and 3 and 3. So you can always do that kind of double check thing. Or you can just have a really nice formula sheet that you write this down. You draw yourself a nice little horizontal line and you go, yep, many to one. It's going to solve probably only one of your questions, but hey, let's get it right if we can. I think I've got a couple more funky diagrams. Oh, here's one. I forgot to say the magic phrase. Pause the video, try it yourself, please. I want that one. Okay, cool. I'm assuming you did that and you tried it yourself. I don't know if you resketched it or you had a set of these cards. I don't know. Okay, vertical line test. Once. Okay. Again, I'll try and make sure when I give you the test that I spread it out a little, make the M more like this somehow. I'll figure it out so that there's no argument. Well, you know, that part right there, Joanne, that almost looked vertical. No, no, nope, 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 nope. So this is a function. And you already know it is a many to one. Right? Because it failed the horizontal line test. Okay, uno más, one more. Hey, that's a parabola. No, I don't know what you call that. Parabola on its side. Parabolas are supposed to go this way. Oh, maybe it is. I'll have to ask Mark. All right. Ready? I suspect that in your mind, you can even do the lines. And bloop. That's enough. This is just a relation. All right. Excuse me. Cool. I have no idea how long this video is. I suspect it's a bit, but ta-da! You now should be able to organize whatever I give you, whether it's one of these. So, use the pretty one. These make me happier. ChatGPT doesn't always make me happy. Whether it's a mapping diagram, whether it's a set of points. Okay. Whether it is I'm going to call that a scatter plot. I'm not sure that that's really what it is, but a bunch of dots. Or whether it's that, you should easily be able to decide whether it is a relation or a function, and then a one to many, a many to one. or a one-to-one. Thanks for joining me. I hope you found this educational and maybe not too weird. Have a great day. Bye. And now I have to figure out how to turn off the video. Stop recording. Bye bye.